Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionsea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mian Moshe Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon Audible. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a terrific singer-songwriter who grew up in London, Ontario, then moved to Cape Town, South Africa, and now back in the Toronto area, which is called Mississauga. And she's got an EP out called Love Confessions, and we'll be playing her latest release, Queen of Your Heart, in a few moments. She's also got live experience with Body Talk, Talk, Light It Up, The One, Hold Me Together, and has also recorded in a number of areas, and she played at quite some interesting pieces and lots of places as well too, and also playing in South Africa where she was a big hit. We'll talk about some of her experience. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in the beautiful Mississauga area, ladies and gentlemen, the very, very talented singer-songwriter Natasha Meister. Natasha, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me on your show. Excited to be here.
Well, I'm very excited to have you on as well, too. You had an amazing journey. So you started in London, Ontario, then moved to Cape Town, South Africa, and you came back to the Toronto area, which is in Mississauga, and you've got a new EP out called Love Confessions. We'll be playing Queen of Your Heart in just a few moments. You've got some singles out, and you also played in quite a number of places in South Africa. We'll talk more about that. And, of course, a lot of attention out that way. And before getting to all that, tell us how you first got started, Natasha.
Yeah, so I got started into music when I was pretty young already. I grew up in a somewhat like musical type family. My dad was, the musician sort of in our family. He used to play guitar. And, he would play like all these like records from like some of his favorite country. I remember when I was about like 5 or 6 years old, I remember hearing like Johnny Cash, Chet Atkins, like all these like amazing like guitar players. So my sister and I, we grew up listening to a lot of country music when we were young. And then, my parents were just very supportive and encouraging to like start us up in music at a young age already. So we sang in church, and we slowly started entering competitions as we got a little bit older. And then I picked up the guitar when I was about 13, 14. My dad obviously encouraged me to get into that. Basically, I fell in love with music, I guess, at that point, or when I pretty much like started high school. I started also discovering different styles of music. So my sound has evolved over the years. Like, so I started from country, like into like gospel, and then I got into like blues and soul and R&B and funk, and then kind of more in my recent years into like a bit of rock and now pop. So I'm quite like a versatile in a sense, and I've been doing music, like I said, since I can remember, and I've been extremely passionate about it, like for my whole career. So and here I am today.
That is so amazing. And what was that one precise moment that influenced you into what you're doing today? It's hard to actually pick one precise moment. I don't know if I can really say that there actually was one. I think it just was sort of like natural like flow of just like continuing doing music, like I said, from a young age. And I think it was probably more around like my years in high school, when you're kind of discovering yourself, like as a teenager and who you are as a person. I think when I started also listening to different types of music, I think that just opened up a whole new like world for me, and it was just so exciting and inspiring listening to all these different types of music. I think that's when I really fell in love with it. I can't say there was like one particular moment that stood out, but it's just, like I said, it's been part of my life, like, or part of, my life for such a long time. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And who are some of your other favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up?
Some of my other favorite artists, I guess, especially when I got into blues music, because I'm very like well rooted in that, because I've been playing that for like many years actually, since I was probably about, let me think. Okay, I started I think in high school already playing blues music. So I was like one of those odd kind of kids in school. Like all the kids, like they were listening to like pop music, like the Backstreet Boys and whoever was even popular at the time.
Oh I remember those days. Yes.
And then I was here, listening to like blues music. So I was listening to like B.B. King, the sounds of like B.B. King and Aretha Franklin and Etta James, and like very strong female like voices. And then obviously a lot of like blues guitar, like I said, like B.B. King, and that's kind of, or I think blues was sort of the first style I really fell in love with. Like I said, country was sort of my roots, but when I discovered blues music, I think that was a big like sort of shifting point for me. I think I don't know, I just like really felt like the soulfulness of that music, and like it seemed to just really resonate with me as a high school kid. I don't know why, but yeah, that was definitely a huge shift for me in my love for music at that time.
That is amazing. And who do you consider your most influential and your favorite guitarists? Since we talked about some guitarists, who are some of your favorite guitarists growing up?
My favorite guitarists would probably be, well, I think some of my more recent ones, I guess, or more modern day ones would be like John Mayer, and I'm trying to think of other names. Gary Clark Jr., I think that's the other guitarist, and yeah, and then obviously some more of the old school ones. Again, like B.B. King is just one of those classic guitarists. Eric Clapton as well. I'm a huge fan of Stevie Ray Vaughan. So yeah, all the greats, of course.
Mm-hmm. And we'll also talk about your ventures in Cape Town as well, too. Venturing a couple of groups and also having some number one hits, playing in fests and more. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, and Audible. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Kimberley, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, a singer-songwriter, very multi-talented Natasha Meister here on the Mike Wagner Show. And of course, you lived in London, Ontario for quite some time, and you made the move to Cape Town, South Africa. And tell us more about the move.
Yeah, so I was 18 years old at the time, so I just finished high school. And my parents decided that they wanted to move to South Africa, actually because my mom was born there, or she was from there, Cape Town, South Africa. So it was, I think it was mostly her decision to want to move there. And then obviously, like, I had obviously the choice of, I could stay here. I have obviously an older sister in London, Ontario. But yeah, the opportunity came for me to, like, see another part of the world, and that really seemed like, just finishing high school, not really sure exactly what I want to do with my life. I mean, I knew music was always going to be part of it either way, and I could, take that anywhere in the world, right? So when we moved, it was a huge, change for me. It was my first time, even being in another country at all. Never mind actually moving there, like I was there for 10 years. Again, that just sort of happened. That wasn't really necessarily the plan, but, as I kind of stayed there, I made friends and got to, really get involved in the music industry there. I pretty much hit the ground running actually when I first arrived, like just a couple months in while I was there. I, already started approaching venues, and I was looking for open mics and just opportunities to, get out there and showcase my talent. It's a beautiful, country first and foremost, just living right by the ocean and the mountains. It's just absolutely a stunning country. And then obviously there's all the culture and diversity as well. So it was, a real, growing, curve for me as a person. And, just really, being in this different sort of country with so many different people, and it was beautiful. Like I grew a lot when I was there, and I felt like, I really discovered myself, like who I am as well as a person, and a little more as an artist. I grew a lot there when I was performing and just putting myself out there. So yeah, it was a great experience for me.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like a great experience, but what was your very first impression when you landed in Cape Town?
My very first impression.
When you landed in Cape Town and, it took in a few minutes of it, what was your first impression of Cape Town?
Again, like I said, my first impression was, wow, this place is beautiful. Like, I remember when we first, I'm trying to remember back, this was like 10 years ago. But I mean, I remember the first time we like actually took a drive, like through, I'm trying to remember. We were living actually in, I think that was that's like along the east coast, I want to say. I might be wrong. I can't remember. My geography is bad. But like we took the drive from Naisna to Cape, I think it was, to Cape Town. And we were driving through like the mountains and like, like along the coast. And yeah, I think just the first time we did that, like that was when it really sunk in. I'm like, whoa, this place is gorgeous. And I was ready, like at the time, like I'm never gonna get sick of the views here. And honestly, I never did. Like it was always like amazing to me. That
sounds amazing. And how do you compare the music scene in Cape Town compared to the music scene in London and Toronto area?
You know what? Like, because since I actually just moved back to Canada, like not even like 2 years ago, I never really, so I wouldn't even say I really discovered the industry here while I was living here until I was 18, because I hadn't really like started really like putting myself out there in the industry like here in Canada yet at that point. And then, and obviously I've just moved back. So, and things are different now, being, stuck in this whole pandemic and not being able to really get out there and get to know the industry. But, so it's kind of hard, I think, for me to compare it because I'm not really that familiar with the Canadian industry yet, I would say. But, I think, like I said, there's just like a lot of diversity in the South African scene, and obviously, like all the African music and culture there, which I definitely drew from and was inspiring to me. But yeah, there was a lot of opportunities there, which was amazing, and I got to perform at like some really great festivals and big events and whatnot, and obviously I know Canada has huge opportunities here, which I'm looking forward to getting to hopefully be a part of at some point, once things are back up and running. But yeah. So.
I'm sure they do, and you're doing a really good job of it. And when you're in South Africa, you led a very successful band called the Sweet Resistance. You also launched Where There Is Hope. You also had some songs that hit the charts, including one of your number one singles. You also did Halfway as well, too. You played in Johannesburg, Cape Town, Pretoria. And tell us more about being in the group The Sweet Resistance, and also some of your works when you played in Cape Town, and also some of the fests.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I think you just cut off a little bit at the end there. But being in the Sweet Resistance band, I'll answer that. It was a very great experience for me. I was in a couple of different bands, when I was living there in SA. So, the experience of being part of like a group is like a whole different thing compared to obviously being a solo artist, which is what I'm usually used to. But yeah, working with others is fantastic. Just drawing ideas and inspiration from each other, and getting to jam, and just having other people on stage is just like really fun. Obviously, you're not just up there alone. And when we recorded Where There's Hope, all the guys that were in the band, like we all just really put in a lot of effort into putting this album together. And we had some songs that actually topped the charts on radio while we were there. And we got really good exposure as a band. We actually had the opportunity to open up for the Pixies and live the band, when they were on their concert tour. Incredible opportunity. I think we played to like over like 10,000 people, per concert when we opened for them. And so that was, huge exposure and just awesome to be a part of that.
That is amazing as well, too. And can we still access your music when you're with, what was it, the Sweet Resistance and some of your other lyrics? Can we still access the Sweet Resistance?
I believe the tracks for Where There's Hope is actually still available on iTunes. I remember I've seen it still on SoundCloud. So yeah, I think it's still accessible if you search for it, for sure.
Okay, we'll certainly do that. We'll talk about some of her other works, including Body Talking, Light It Up, The One, Hold Me Together, from Love Confessions. We'll be playing Queen of Your Heart in just a second, but first listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love will be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon Audible, coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Also heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, a singer-songwriter, the multi-talented Natasha Meister, who grew up in London, Ontario, went to Cape Town, South Africa, now back in the Toronto area in Mississauga here on The Mike Wagner Show. And before we play Queen of Your Heart from the Love Confessions release, you got some singles out, which includes Body Talking, Light It Up, The One, Hold Me Together, and tell us about some of those songs.
Yeah, so I released earlier this year my EP, Love Confessions. That was in February, and that was actually my first sort of offering since I moved back to Canada. So I was very excited to get into the studio. I had a lot of projects that I've been working on and producing and writing on my own. And I was, just anxious and ready to get it into the studio, and get it recorded and all that properly. So, I got to actually work in a really awesome studio called Happy Hippie Studio at the time, which is based in King City here in Ontario. And, it's like a multi-million-dollar studio. Just amazing setup. And, I got to work with a co-producer as well on the EP. So it really came together, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, and it's obviously my first offering since I moved back. So it was a great experience, and it's just a 5-track EP. It's got it really features my most recent sound, which is definitely way more commercial and pop, and that's sort of the direction I'm going these days. So yeah.
And of course we covered Love Confessions as well too. Let's talk about some of your singles: Body Talking, Light It Up, The One, and Hold Me Together. So let's talk about those and what inspired you to write them.
So those singles, they so some of the tracks on there. So The One is kind of like more of a love song. Body Talking. Body Talking.
Body Talking.
Body Talking. That's the new title for the song. Because I can't talk.
I know what you mean.
Expressing, your sexuality as a person, being like very comfortable with it. So it was a very sort of, I was just, kind of putting myself out there, putting out a message. And I think it's, a song that we can all relate to. And it's, so that was that one. And then Queen of Your Heart is, that one's actually very close to me. It's, actually a song I wrote for my fiance, and and he loves it, of course. Queen of Your Heart, and then what is the other songs in there? Hold Me Together. That song is about sort of finding whether it's whatever it is you believe in, and hold close in your life, whether it's God, whether it's something spiritual, whether it's just that person that keeps you grounded in life and kind of keeps you just going and gives you that hope to just kind of keep holding on for tomorrow sort of thing, and not to give up. So that's what that one is about. And Light It Up as well is I'm trying to remember the lyrics in that song. Light It Up is about again, a love song actually just about like lighting up the sky with like, you know, your love for each other, and just wanting to kind of display it for like the whole world to kind of see. So a lot of love songs on there, but I hope people are enjoying the EP.
Mm-hmm. And what do you mostly base your lyrics on?
I base it on, it's just like, you know, very like personal experiences, you know, relationships I'm in, or friendships that I have, or even looking sometimes at other people's lives or the, you know, things going on around me in the world. I draw from all kinds of different things, when it comes to my lyrics.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and play Queen of Your Heart in just 1 minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, and Audible. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, a singer, songwriter, multi-talented Natasha Meister from London, Ontario to Cape Town, South Africa. Now back in Canada, in the Toronto area in Mississauga. Natasha Meister here on The Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here is Queen of Your Heart from Natasha Meister, the latest, right here on The Mike Wagner Show with Natasha Meister.
When we're together, me and you, keeps getting better. We're on the move, nothing can stop us. We are one, just crazy lovers, chasing the sun. You won't surrender to anything or
Great song, Natasha Meister, Queen of Your Heart on the Mike Wagner Show. Great tune, and where can we find that and your other music at, Natasha?
Yeah, so Queen of Your Heart, whole Love Confessions, on all your main digital platforms, so iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, etc. Yeah, and as well, I'm actually going to be putting out a new single coming out soon.
That is fantastic. Looking forward to that, Natasha. And also, we have just a few more minutes with Natasha Meister here on the Mike Wagner Show. A very big thank you for your time. And before we go here, what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Natasha?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I'm very excited to announce that our new single is going to be coming out on January 15th, 2021. So it's actually a single called Diamond Kiss. And I'm very excited about this number. It really came together. This was a song I was busy producing and writing for, a little while. And I got to record at this awesome studio located here in Wood. Clio. So, it's sounding great, and I can't wait for people to hear it. It'll be available soon. People can pre-save it soon. So I'll be posting the links on all my social media, so people can keep up to date on that.
We're certainly looking forward to checking out Natasha. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influence. Wow. Okay. That's a tough one. I can't say there's just one, or if I have to pick I guess I would obviously pick an artist. I would say it's between, I'm going to say two. So it's between Katy Perry and Lady Gaga.
Amazing. And and what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
The best advice I could give, I guess, to like an upcoming artist or whatever, would be, just don't give up. I think that is like the number one, thing. Just don't give up. Believe in yourself and what you're doing, and just keep going for it. Doors are going to open. I believe in, just being consistent, and if you're hardworking, all your hard work is going to pay off. So just keep doing what you're doing.
And that is the most important. Once again, Natasha Meister, singer, songwriter, multi-talented, from the Toronto area here on the Mike Wagner Show. Natasha, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What is your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
So again, upcoming single coming out, as I mentioned, January 15th, 2021, a song called Diamond. Stay tuned. So, people can check that out. I'm going to be posting on all my socials. So if people follow me on Instagram or Twitter, it's all just at Natasha Meister, one word. And then on Facebook, it's Natasha Meister Music. And as well, I'm on YouTube. Just look for Natasha Meister. So people can keep posted on what I'm up to there. And, they can drop me a line anytime. And my website, of course, as well, natashameister.ca.
Certainly looking forward to it. Once again, Tasha, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific, and all the best to you for 2021.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mike. Take care.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mohsen Zia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing: Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamohsenzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mohsen Zia.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.